Can you hear me? There we go. What's up, kid?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, it's her birthday. Today or tomorrow. I got a cloak, got a tool pouch, needle, silk, bind, versatile thread, naturally produced within the shell. When enough silk is stored, wounds can be healed and skills. So it's not like the other one attack. Enemies to replenish silk. Got it. She attacks at me once down. All the times. Moss grabber. Her attacks are a little slower. Sound and score by Christopher Larkin, man. Yeah. You're on camera, kiddo. You heard?
What do you mean?
There's a camera there. Stay on this side, okay? So you don't want to be on camera. Sorry, I took you off camera so they don't see you.
Are you filming this for your video?
It's live right now. So if you look on YouTube, you can see me live playing. So that's why you gotta stand on that side, okay? Try to stay away from the camera.
That shit always got some shit going on. Ah man, that definitely could be some Windows on bullshit. I hope it works out, man. I hope that issue gets fixed. But yeah, Windows is a bitch. Windows, they, for whatever reason, their updates sometimes cause more harm and it throws, because the operating system, a lot of things depend on that shit. It throws things out of whack when they update, because then the software has to update and they have to change shit, or they remove something that was working functional. It's like Jenga and shit of components with that. So I'm hoping that helps you, bro. But yeah, fucking Windows updates, man. I don't like that. That should be causing all kind of problems.
I remember before I went to Filmora, I was using DaVinci Resolve, and before that I was using HitFilm. So when I was using HitFilm, toward the ending of HitFilm, after a particular couple of updates here and there with Windows and HitFilm, it started happening. You know, once Da Vinci Code, it stopped. And then once Da Vinci Resolve was refined, and then there was an update.
Yeah, these games are good, man. I love just Metroidvanias in general. Just the little things. Some are better than others. It's hard to make a good Metroidvania because you got to make the maze and everything's got to connect the right way. Power-ups got to match, and you know it's a lot. I always respect them. It's hard for me to like the 3D Metroidvanias. You know, maybe if anybody's ever tried any of the 3D Metroidvanias, there's a couple of them. Can't think of any right now off the top of my head, but I tried a bunch. Sorry, I was listening to some messages. Moist environments. Its seeds are toxic to most creatures. Metroidvania games are usually side scrollers that as you're going through the game, you're finding items and power-ups to get you through to the next area of the castle. There's usually a castle or some type of environmental block, and you got to find your way through. So you usually need a power-up of some kind to get through to the next area, or make that extra high jump, or weapons to get to that next area. Sometimes it's just magics. It could be a bunch of different things. Sometimes there's little stuff like just waiting in the right place. Yeah, there was an old Castlevania one from Symphony of the Night that if you stayed in one piece of a wall for about 2 or 3 minutes, it would take you down in an elevator to the next area. I gotta get used to these buttons again. It's been a while. Worm string, building a menagerie amount of rosaries can be broken, and loose rosaries used to trade. Contains 30 rosaries. Okay. Let's see. So that's working, right? That makes sense. What I like in Hollow Knight is that they don't give you the map right away. You got to find the guy, the cartographer, the guy that draws maps. Once you find him, he usually you can buy a map off him. You can find a map in some games. Does this game have RPG elements? So just so you do some gathering, it's creating involved. I couldn't see the whole message and cut off too fast. Yeah, Metroidvanias nowadays especially have a lot of RPG elements. So you'll be powering up weapons, you'll be powering up your energy, your health level. You'll get newer weapons and upgrades as you play the games. Okay, spikes, so you know better. In some there are craftings, most don't. Yeah, some of these Metroidvanias have crafting involved. I don't know how. I'm sure there are people who like those elements of Metroidvanias. I personally don't. I like just buying the items or upgrading the items. I don't really care too much about having to craft items unless there's a good reason for it. If it falls within the lines of the story of the game, things like that. Those usually make it more interesting. But if it's not, okay, behind this to heal. I don't like some games that just throw crafting in it just for the hell of throwing crafting in it. It's just to give you something else to do, to lengthen the game. And sometimes it'll be good if there's a lot of items that you gotta find, but if the items are available to you for the most part, and unless you're crafting something that's really hard to make, it wouldn't make sense if you go and find it later on. Because it's like, if you're crafting it, it should be a one-of-a-kind thing if you crafted that item. So I don't see the point in certain crafting in games. But you played any of the Rayman games? Yeah, I played what was it? Rayman Legends with my kids. They were really into that game. I didn't get to see that last message right too fast. I'm gonna have to find a way to get a second screen up on here so I can get these messages a bit faster. Sorry. Yeah, Legends was excellent. That game lasted forever too. We were there. That had, I forget, over 1,000 levels or something like that when it came out. So I know that held a lot of people's attention for a long time. Yeah, that's one of those games that it says CPW says still playing it. Yeah, that's one of those games that you'd be lucky if you could burn through all the levels. There are a few people that have done it, but that's one of those games that kept on giving. They kept giving you characters way after the fact too, so that was pretty cool. And extra levels, and then they kept adding levels to it. And I don't remember if there was any user generated content, but after a while, I kind of just fell off it. And I definitely didn't have the skill to keep playing up with that game either. Some of those challenge rooms were pretty crazy. Something's either making her sick or she's hurt, or she doesn't realize she's wounded somewhere or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, for sure. That was when Ubisoft was at its prime, man. Ubisoft was killing it back in the day. I wish they made more games like that. Okay, they do the bench to save. They had made this really cool side-scrolling RPG that was back when they had a team that made like kind of like indie published, but it was published by Ubisoft. They'd have indie developers make them, and that was a really cool thing that they made for a while. And they stopped making those separate games. I wish they would go back to Mother. Yeah, these games are famous for having wall of secrets. Love finding little hidden rooms and power-ups. A lot of times you don't even gotta hit the walls, you just walk right through them. But this Hollow Knight's one of those games where everything is hidden everywhere. There'll be power-ups everywhere. There'll be just little things you can knock out the room. God damn it. Alright, well, that's it. First death. First death of probably many. And then these little things, these are just kind of like, there's people with very kind of short attention spans and they kind of just like need to be hitting a button. This is more of a therapy, I guess, just to knock these little stones over and just these little background things. There's another little thing that Hollow Knight does where they just have random pots and things to just knock over. Oh, okay, so it's like the ghosts. You knock that off, you get your soul back, you get whatever money and power-ups you may have collected, minus a few sometimes. So that's what makes it kind of like a Souls type of game, where you can collect your stuff and you don't lose everything unless you don't go back to it. Yeah, everything's hand-drawn. That's why it takes a long time to make some of these games. And especially the length and then the animation on these games is crazy. They do a really good job. It's not, I wouldn't like consider it as like Disney animation, but it's definitely like modern, up-to-date animation considering shit. No dodge. Sit down. Pissed her off, or she did. Oh no, all of this takes time. Hand-drawn animation. Computer animation is good. It makes it sound easier. And I'm sure a lot of this is done on the computer. I don't think it's like paper, hand-drawn and all that stuff, but you never know. Sometimes it is. I'm sure a lot of this is computer. It's still hand-drawn, but how do you want me to say? See if it's up. Okay, cool. Okay, jump, leap. Something hurt her. That's what she did. Witchy chick. Yeah, Hollow Knight's cool too because the storyline has a lot of lore. There's one very well-known YouTuber, I don't even have him off the top of my head, that gives out all the lore.
Torodano.
That's fine.
Memero.
Hang on 1 second, guys. Gotta move my screen around. Camera. Move you over here.
Fadastana.
I'm a pilgrim, I'm a hornet, and I arrive in your land by no choice of my own. I was brought to you by kingdom by force, to your kingdom by force, captured by strange bug, clad in veils.
Yuma.
How curious. The bugs of the citadel, the summit of our land, they veil themselves in service to their faith, or perhaps as slaves to something
Da,
greater.
Finistra.
Let's just see their citadel. If these veiled bugs would go to such lengths to bring me here, I intend to find out.
Manel.
Oh, it's just intimidating. Yours is no pilgrim spirit. You are the bearing of you've the bearing of an hunter. Welcome then, fierce traveler, to Fairloom, our holy yet haunted land.
Memero.
Below you, yet before you depart, commit an old bug for brief warning. Best keep your weapon drawn. Our kingdom is gripped by a curse. Its paths go wild and dangerous. And though some still attempt to climb to the citadel, it's not to speak of what they see. The Fairloom to reach the citadel at the kingdom's peak. Why am I not surprised? To view objectives. No, I think they tease stuff like that. I think there might be eventually, if there's a third game, and I don't know what happened to the Hollow Knight in the first game, but it didn't look like things went too well for him in the beginning of the opening of the game that I didn't get to stream. I don't know if they plan on giving you that that ability to play as multiple characters. They didn't do it in the first game. If they do, that'd be cool. Where maybe you could add some kind of a multiplayer element, or add another protagonist, or jump around between the protagonists in a future game. That'd be pretty cool. But so far from the way this feels and the way the first game feels, they feel very similar. Hopefully, good quarter of the way through, a little bit more further into the game, you can feel Knight status that the character is. Hollow Knight is status that the character gets. In the trying to remember how it went in the first game. I believe in the first game they had him just as the Hollow Knight. I can't remember what his name was. It's been a few years. It's been a long time actually since I played the last game. But I probably should have played it before this and to get a refresher on that. You're probably right. I don't remember what his name was. Bone Bottom. No, I think they just called him that. I just think they just called it the Hollow Knight because in that game, when you die or when you lose in the game, your spirit comes out of you and you're able to go and get that spirit back. So you're hollow when you don't have that spirit in you. There's like again, there's theories and there's a storyline behind all of it, but there's things that happen that took away life from these bugs and these creatures that you're trying to bring back.
Mio fine?
Oh, so.
Sento so.
Alright, guys, I'm going to take a few minutes break. I'll be right back. Or not even a few minutes, just give me a minute or two. what I dropped. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Quick bathroom break. Let's see. Let's get back to this.
Mandoresa.
Rest here with me as long as you like. I'm not ready to leave yet. He's always So these little houses usually open up and turn into stores and shops and weapon upgrades. Sometimes they're just little hidden rooms. Have little. I believe there was one that had a whole dungeon inside of it. So that was pretty cool. Feel for a world out there. If you keep quiet, I don't mind you joining me.
Benny Frank.
Chosen a curious place to rest. This pit of bells and the structures around it. He suggests.
Fayuma.
These bells run through the lands, veins of bells, forged by your ancient skin. Some even say bugs used to travel through them and gilded carriages. Oh, nice. Okay. It's ready though. You said, as pilgrims, we must walk and climb and crawl, using only our own meager claws. Only this will prove our devotion. So these are like people that aren't allowed to use quick travel. Let's see how this works. Not yet, not activated yet. Nobody can come. Oh, sorry.
Goro.
Can you give a little background on what this character's purpose is? Well, this character, I don't know what its purpose serves yet, but this room, in the first game, there was this large bug, and these are basically waypoints for fast travel. So you hit the bell, giant bug will show up, and then you can select where you want to go within the map. And this is your way of traveling between the different areas of the massive areas of these games.
Quesco.
This is destined for the Citadel. Well before you embark, once you stop and make trade with the whole.
Fadastana.
Becca.
Okay. Shares. Trade of something fair. Alright, forgot. Didn't say that. Rosary string. Loose rosaries. Filling your pockets. That's not enough. Yeah, I guess there's crafting in this game. That weapon looks like a needle for sewing. Yes, it is. In the first one, it was a needle as well. This one, hers is a little different. Hers got a longer hilt and it looks like a longer tip too. In the first game, you would get these emblems that would help you, give you your power-ups and stuff like that too. So,
Megina Fora.
you're only allowed to carry, I think, 6 at a time. You can upgrade 3 at a time at first, and you upgrade to like 6 to 8, and then that would give you your power up throughout the game. And then you'd have to choose what power ups you needed every time. You'd be able to rest and save your game, and choose what you needed over other things. Because in some areas, certain power ups you might not need. You may not need a double jump. You may not need what do they call it? There's like these little friends that would attack other enemies for you. You might not need those things at the time.
Mochanga.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It gives you a choice. It gives you the opportunity to build up your character how you want to play as. After a while, though, like usually about halfway through the game, you kind of find the one you like the most, and you kind of stick with that throughout the majority of the game, except for in specific parts. So this is like a kingdom that's kind of just falling apart, and they're just living off of what they have. Yeah, it's just those little ticks, these little things. Oh, not everywhere. No, there's chances to become overpowered, but there's always gonna be something that'll easily whip your ass in these games. If it's not, you might have the right power up for one location and not have the right powers for the next. So. There was a section in the first game where, when I first showed up to the beehive, and I thought I was good because I was destroying everything as I was going through it. And the second I got in that beehive, it took me a little bit to get through those first 2 or 3 screens. Yeah, I'm not getting it. You collect, she said rosaries, so, yeah, some of these enemies, you'll kill them, and then they'll explode after the fact. So you gotta, like, never know what to expect. Sometimes they'll come back to life too, so it's like old school Mega Man, or like old school Castlevania, because even Castlevania used to do that a lot. Damn it. I feel like I'm gonna piss something off right now. It's like. What's up, man? What's up, Mr. Ray Ray? There's a room up there, that's for sure. Yep. Yep, yeah, so that. On the big one. Shit.
Sentoso.
have areas where you get swarmed. Yeah, for sure. There's been times there's challenge rooms that'll you'll have a lot of enemies, but for the most part they're easy to get through. In the first game there was anyway. Oh, I did this right. Beat this game? I don't know. Like I said, with the first game, I probably put in about 60, 70 hours. There's like one boss that's like frustrated and pissed me the hell off. I can't get through him. Let's try a different one now. There's the thing with these games too is a lot of times you'll play the game, you'll get through a good, it'll say 100%, and then there's another like, another 10%, 20% of just like extra hidden stuff back there, and they want you to find everything. So gate of honey, like all gate of bones. So please wake up and help me.
Cadestre.
No. So it's more just fighting. I mean, puzzles. Not really. It's just trying to make sure you have the right thing to get into the next room, or the right power-ups to get to the next room, or the right power-ups just to fight the right bosses. Excuse me. Sure, pilgrim like you, I hear all the great citadels. Usually when they give a character a name, you're going to run into them throughout the game, so that's pretty cool. They gave her a name. As soon as our sacred journey begins, we are tested. This huge gate stands between us and the only holy prayer and song will open the way in this kingdom. Okay, so sounds like you eventually gotta get something out of it. Child, sometimes open it up. This game does usually the first game did a really good job at putting the save points in reasonable places. Usually when there's a boss around or something like that, but sometimes they can set you back pretty far, especially if like you don't save often enough. So if you're saving, try and save as much as you can. Otherwise, you'd be taking a long trek. Yeah, I understand. I know. There's definitely an 8-minute delay. It's a long delay. Sorry, guys. Does a character ever get a power-up or a transformation? There was never a time that you get any like transformations. That'd be cool if you could, but there wasn't anything in the first game that you get transformation. You did get a lot of upgrades and things like that, and some really, really cool power-ups and things that made sense within the game. That's one thing that Team Cherry did really well. Everything made sense to the story and the character. Just trying to remember what Does I have 105? I'm guessing those are the rosaries, those little spikes. Something a bit different. It's the beginning of the game, so it seems, for the most part, of the enemies seem pretty easy to beat. I don't really know just yet. It says, someone needs to play the first game to know what's going on in this game? Don't really know just yet, just because so far it seems like you can jump right in, but depending on where the story goes, you might need to know what happened in the first game. But I don't think you would need to have played the first game unless you're really like into the lore and all that stuff and understanding of what the kingdoms are. One thing about the way the game's art is too that I've always liked about this is the way they handle it doesn't look like a regular, like they handle horror in a certain way. Dang it, getting my ass whipped. They handle horror in a cool way where it's just like little stuff. Like there's certain areas that like I wasn't like, I'm not gonna say terrified or whatever it is, but it makes you fear what you're jumping down to or what you're jumping towards. And they do that well by just obscuring certain things off screen just enough. And like they do that with the lighting, they do that with the camera angle, the way certain things won't follow the character at the moment. It'll be following something else in the background that you're not really paying attention to at the moment. You're just trying to figure out what's it trying to focus on. Yeah, this game, when I described it on the podcast, it's precision. You got to be on point. You got to be ready for anything. It's kind of for me. It's a hard game to stream. It's like I'm trying to pay attention to chat, but it is what it is. I got to get used to it. But yeah, you got to be ready to hit the buttons when you need to hit the buttons. Otherwise, you're assed out. Yeah, I love the art design. That's what drew me to the game. The first time I saw it, I wasn't really into it. I thought it looked too much like there was another game that came out a long time ago that I wasn't really into. It was intended to be like a nasty game with like farts and vomiting and things like that and all that. And then it kind of turned me off because I had a similar art style. But once I played it and realized it was a Metroidvania, that's all it needed was the art style and then that type of game to draw me in. So when I first got the game, I got it for free, I believe, on PS Plus. And I wanted my kids to just try something different because all they played was a little kiddie games. And I was just like, all right, here, you're grown enough already. Like, why don't you try something like this and just try to get them to like your interests, So. This way. I'm just fighting everything just so I can collect the rosary pieces. Those are very important. I just realized you can't duck. I don't know. There wasn't anything that we were on a timer. I know in this game, from the trailer, there's a section where that looks like the camera's moving and you don't have any control over it. So I'm assuming there's going to be something that you have to get through before the camera catches up, maybe. But I don't think you have to worry about that. I don't think you have to worry about timers in this game. There was a thing in Metroid Dread where you had to get through a room before the lava caught up to you. That's probably about it. So I don't know if there's anything like that in this game. There's power-ups to help you attack faster. There's power-ups to get longer reach. Red heart shape. Can't see face red heart shape. I couldn't read that whole message. I don't know if there's more to it. Oh yeah. I don't know. Like she says, she's a hornet, so that's she has web powers of some kind. So like an angry tooth. Yeah. That's a good description of it, I guess. She was a pain in the ass in the first game. You had to fight her in the first game, and she's so fast in that game. She builds up these webs around you, and she can bind you and all kinds of stuff like that. She could swing from edge to edge on the screen when you were fighting her and stuff like that. So she gets really strong. But in this game, being she was captured as a prisoner, they didn't. She's obviously not full power. Bitch. Serious? That's all I have to do is fight that one guy. There doesn't need more to that fight. Took more than 3 lives. You missed the first like 2 or 3. Oh, geez. It's a trap. Collect the beads. Get eaten by this giant bug. Oh, the bench is that way. Okay. In this game, it seems like the beads are currency. Hi. Red Maiden, the Great Gate heading missile. Yep. Open the way. Gate, nice. Let's get in. Gate. Sure, okay. Some of these people are affected by weird other bugs. Like, bugs have poison. So some of the bugs, when they get poisoned, they start talking crazy. And you start to learn why as you go through. So that's an interesting little factor. Insert rosaries. Sure, why not? The vending machine. Nice bench. Buy the bench. Okay, so you gotta buy your save points. Hopefully that's not a thing throughout the whole game. The droga. Yes, the drogas. You're blessed to walk the fountain of Fairlawn. Humble yourself before the shells of those who gave their lives to hold our kingdom's great. Again, I said there's this guy that's on YouTube. He's a lore master of these games. He's gone on and discovered out all the secrets and kind of made sense of the lore. The lore is very confusing, to say the least, when you first play it, and you don't really understand what's going on or what things mean. But as you play, you learn a little bit more. But to go back and reread all the lore of this game, the guy, there's one YouTuber who's gone on. He's pretty well known online for going and finding all the lore for this game, and he's beat this whole the first game anyway, and did the whole putting together of what everything means and describing what they're talking about. And he's gone on and found all the secrets and different masks and what they mean, and really cool stuff like that, and help to make sense of what it is that's going on in that first game, because there's a lot. It's cool to be in a fire level or so early on in the second game. Can't go that way. It's one of those things too where the damn enemies respawn every time you leave the room. Yeah, I like the way they overlay. I don't know about this game, but the first game had a lot of similar like overlays and different levels of the way they layered everything on. So, and that was made by two guys. So it's impressive that those two guys did so much for these games. Shortcut. Always check the walls when you first walk into a culture. Yeah, the stat. Well, it's a stat tree, but these are like your items. Frayed rosary string. I guess you change outfits at some point. Tool pouch, basic pouch designed for holding tools, traps, and crafting. So, nothing inside the tool pouch, I guess, or unless this is what the tool pouch has. Let's see. Great Citadel. This is your story tracker. That's all I have at the moment. I don't have the magic. Ooh, that's cool. The that's cool. Shared pendants. Tool acquired. Equip tools in the crest menu while resting at a bench. Okay, so this is the first pendant that I was explaining earlier that you get. So you get these pendants, and there goes your tree. So you get these pendants, and this says crew trinket worn by collectors and crafters allows one tool. Give me a second. My damn screen is in the way. let's just turn the display activity. I don't know how to left, I guess. No, not bottom left. Sensor left. Where'd it go? Nope. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Alright, allows one to collect more shell shards from defeated creatures. Okay, so silk, rosaries, shell shards. Hardened fragments of shell and bone used in the crafting of tools and traps. Okay, so that makes sense. So I can only put 400 at the moment. So check the wall. Up, down. Anything else? Okay, keep moving. Yeah, this was awesome. I guess, sure. Let's see this one here. Docks. These guys remind me of the Mega Man, the hard hats. I'm sure there's something over there. The map, the screen goes. So yeah, there's got to be something over there eventually. Hardest part about these games is just remembering where everything is, because there's so many little details that you miss. If you don't pay attention, you miss stuff. If you don't try it, son of a bitch. If you don't try it, you'll miss stuff, you know? Alright guys, let me give this another try for another like 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to get off and I'll jump on either later tonight or take a long break and we'll get back on tomorrow or something. Get dinner ready. I can do it. I don't even know if this is the right area I'm supposed to be in, because there's other rooms I could have went through to explore, but find out. Seems about right. So far, these are the only guys that I kind of find annoying. So they take some of the hits. I know it's annoying to hit. I keep hitting the same walls over and over again. Sorry, it's my OCD. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you know where you've been sometimes, especially if it's like a room that you know there was nothing in, or at least until you get a new power up or something. And you go and you try all the different power ups, and you might find something that you wasn't expecting. This looks like a boss fight. That's great. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. It's a bell, so it's one of those things you gotta unlock. Let's go down. Let's see what's up. I'm not gonna make it back in time. Nope. Okay, stay down. Good. You stay with the same weapon throughout the entire game. Yeah, well, there's upgrades to the weapon. You get longer weapon. You get a thicker weapon. You can sharpen the blade where it'll attack enemies harder. There's a guy singing over here. Oh crap! Is that what's supposed to happen? I'm almost sure that's my map, but I could be. There's this guy who just humming the first game. He was cool. But this is probably a different person. Oh great, it's going easy. Hanchka. Edges sharp and senses keen. So like a ninja character? This is way more. It greets each other. Okay. So he's a friend of me so far. Child barely matched. You are also a warrior. Your stance, your weapon, your movements, all broken.
Nesvir?
Yeah. Seems safe for my skills, but my childhood has long since passed. Yeah, maybe. It looks like he shoots arrows and like almost like a samurai type of dude. The way his stance was. They're docile enough, but you up here, they seem to have lost their senses. They cry out to the darkness and attack their fellow travelers. Keep your weapon from your bearings true. The way ahead is findings. Okay, so this is one of those. And have been making maps of the land. I can trade you them and supplies if you wish. Nice. So there goes my map boy. I don't have enough. I got 38. Right. So he's got other items too. Let's see. He's got a quill, compass. Oh, that's kind of cool. So these are items that, again, you have to equip them on your as part of your medallions, and then you'll be able to you'll have the map, but you won't be able to track where you are on the map. You'll have your map, but you won't be able to see what doors are open or unlocked or whatever it is. So, and then these are just markers. So this way, you could, if you want to put a memory where something is for yourself, you can mark your spot on the map. So I got to get some beads.
Yes, correct.
I am chakra wielding rings. Okay, so this is the map guy. And so then, farewell, child. Alright, so I know where you are.
Ushka.
Ushka. Ushka. Need some beads. Oh, that looks fun. Yeah. Oh boy, indeed. Oh boy, indeed. Let's see if we can find a save point somewhere. Poison area. This is similar to the first section in the first game. Beads. Thank you. Now I got 40. Now I could do enough. Let's go save again. Let's go get my map. Let's go to Mushka.
Yanara.
Nera Pashma.
Here it is. I'm gonna try. Pinatas. Much further right now, but I can't. Yeah, it's cool because the side characters all have their own story that they're trying to go through, and eventually you'll run into whoever they were looking for, and either they're crazed and want to fight you, or you'll help them out by completing their story for them, or little things like that. So it's usually things like that is pretty good in this game. And purchase. So let's see this section of the map. Oh, I gotta click it. Okay, this is all I have. Great. So I can't even draw. So this is only for Bone Bottom. So this is just where I'm at. You can see, I guess, where I died last. It'll show the room you died last, and it usually shows wherever the boss fight is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You'll run into them 2 or 3 times throughout the game, or like if this guy he's looking for his master, you'll probably run into him about like 7 or 8 times, depending how many maps there are that you got to purchase from him, and then in the end you'll either have to fight him, help him, save him, or something like that. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so here we go. Masquerado and Bone Bottom. But again, you see, you can't see where you are, where your location is. You have no idea where on this map you are. So keep playing the game. You'll get more beads. You got to buy it off the guy. So, yeah, see you later, kid. Go back Let's go this way. Yeah, at least for now, until you buy everything or upgrade everything. That's one benefit about playing the first game. You'll get an understanding of all of those different things. Because I don't know too many Metroidvanias that play it like that. A lot of times you'll get the map right away, or you'll find a character that has the entire map and give that to you right away. And for the most part, you'll be all right. But there's other ones that you won't. Yeah, zombies. All right, guys. I gotta do all that again, I believe. Loner by nature. Nice. Thank you for watching, guys. Oh man, I saved it way far out. I got a lot to do. Do I have the map? Yeah, I do have the map. So that's good. It saved me some headache, but still nowhere. I got the shortcuts going too, so I should be able to get through some of this a little faster. They're through. I'm trying to go too quickly. Yeah, they can. If they hit the spikes, if you knock them into the spikes, you can definitely kill them right away. They're just as vulnerable to the same thing you are for the most part. There's in the first game there was I think 2 enemies that were able to hurt each other if they hit each other. I don't remember if it was all of them, but I know there was a couple that did. Go. Come on. Hospital. Come on. That heal build, like as you're collecting as you defeat enemies, those 4 little skulls on the top left side will, I'm sorry, the thread below your health will heal up, will fill up, and then you use that to heal. And that refills only as you're hitting enemies, but you have to hit them with your needle. You can only hit them with the sword. If you hit them with any magic powers or anything like that, it won't refill. You just get it back. Not playing my best right now, guys. It's just like a trap. There you go, there. You have to buy the magic power or it's gained over time. No, it just comes with those medallions. It depends on what the power up you have is. It's not really magic. I forget how they word it, but it's just part of the medallion thing. Can I hit? I was just up there. Can't heal. I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay, good. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off. I'll be back on later today. Play some more. All right. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Have a good night. I'll see you later.